everyone, it's Steven from Tostemac. Last month we went over the basics of what networking is, how powerful it can be, and how it works. If you haven't already, I highly recommend checking out that video first before diving into this one. That way you have a good head start. Of course, networking is only the first step. The next step is what we're going to go over today. How to form a good partnership. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 7 tips on how to build a good partnership and share some of my personal experience whenever it becomes relevant. We'll begin by going over tips 1 and 2 at the same time, as they are both equally important. Be honest and be respectful. You might be thinking to yourself, come on, that's obvious. Everybody knows that. But trust me, you would be amazed by how often these first 2 tips get neglected. Integrity is the most important part of any partnership, regardless of size or complexity. If they can't trust your word, or if you can't trust their word, then really, what good are those words? Whether you are in agreement with your partner, if you made a mistake, or if you're not 100% on board with what the partner is proposing. As long as you are honest with your partner, they should know that they can trust you and know what to expect from you instead of setting you up for an unforeseen failure. Respect is something that many of us have heard about since grade school. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Simple as that. When we see someone being kind and courteous to the people around them, we find ourselves being drawn to that person. Much like a camper out in the cold, being drawn to a warm and inviting campfire. In contrast, if we see someone acting snotty, arrogant, and selfish, we tend to distance ourselves from those kind of people. Much like a camper from the previous example, trying to steer clear of an angry, hungry bear. The attitude and personality you bring with you can make the difference between getting the right people to come to you and pushing them away. So remember, you need to show respect to get respect. Easy. Going forward to tip number 3. Have a common goal. You and your partner need to work with each other, not against each other, in order to get the results that both of you want. And having a common goal together can help the both of you push each other to be the best that you can be. Mind you though, your common goal might not be the same as your individual goals. Allow me to explain. Currently, I am working with an autism organization here in Colorado known as Help Autism Center. Our common goal is to promote autism and educate the world about what autism is. Our individual goals, however, are very different. My individual goals for my autism projects is to promote my autism books and YouTube channel so that people around the world can see the works of art I create and learn more about autism. Whereas with Help Autism Center, their goal is to create an Autism Center ranch where autistic individuals can tend to animals, find individual housing to live independently, and find job opportunities as well. No matter how different our individual goals are, our common goal remains the same: to promote autism. Thus, we can push each other towards our goals together. Next up is tip number 4. Identify your strengths and weaknesses. You need to go over both of these so that you and your partner know how to best help each other. My strengths, for instance, involve my video editing work and social media promotion. With my 6 years of experience, I have learned how to promote upcoming events and new content across YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. As for my video editing skills, I'm able to clean up my audio with Adobe Audition, create the visual aspects you see before you with Adobe Premiere Pro, and create great thumbnails with Adobe Photoshop. My weakness, however, is because of the fact that I moved from Maryland to Colorado instead of growing up in Colorado, I'm not as familiar with the people or communities around here as I would like to be. And that is where Help Autism Center can assist me. Their strength is that since they've been around in Colorado for a long time, they're more familiar with what's around them, including groups and organizations that may share our common goal, and the right people to get in contact with to make things happen. Which brings us to tip number 5. Define your roles. Remember that this is a team effort and there is no I in the word team. Translation, that doesn't mean that one person is doing all of the work or that every single person in the partnership is doing the exact same thing. What I mean is that you want to divide the various tasks among the different people in the partnership to maximize the amount of results you get within a reasonable amount of time. In this partnership, my role is to promote upcoming events via Facebook, and whenever I can go to these events, I can set up the table and materials for the event and bring potential customers to the table in order to talk more about autism as well as what services that Help Autism Center can provide. With Help Autism Center, their role in this partnership is to get me more familiar with the communities and groups around me. Not just for myself, but for them as well. This has to benefit everybody after all. And they were even nice enough to promote my books and YouTube channel even when I'm not at the events. Pretty cool, huh? Naturally, all of this will be a lot more difficult if you don't follow tip number 6. Maintain open communications so that everyone can stay up to date on current events and future projects. You may want to make these communications a part of your weekly routine so that everyone in the partnership will stay in the loop instead of 1 or 2 people being left in the dark. Most of the time, emails and text messages will do just fine, but if it's something very important, like a disagreement on something or something very crucial before an event, it would be highly advised that you make it a phone call instead. That way you two can actually have the conversation instead of waiting for the next message. And finally, tip number 7 in making a good partnership, when all is said and done, start making some track record. Nothing starts until you take action. You and your partner can make 100 plans and still have nothing to show for it if you don't act on them. Whether it be something like completing a small goal to work towards a bigger goal, buying necessary materials, setting up a table for an event, working on a big group project, or meeting with potential customers or even potential partners. By collaborating with your partner on these various tasks, you can start building some history between the two of you to show everyone else that, hey, this partnership is going somewhere. Keep building on top of that history, and with enough time and effort, you'll be able to make something that you can be truly proud of. So there you have it, 7 business tips on how to build a good partnership. I hope this video helps you out in your future endeavors, and if you have any other questions or concerns about the subject, let me know in the comments section below, and I'll answer it as best I can. On that note, it's time to end the video. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you enjoy what you see, consider subscribing to Tostemac and clicking the bell icon to stay up to date in our latest videos. And until the next one, see you later.